Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Friday. We've got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, guys. Working our way to 22.3K subs, so keep up the good work. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Really good promos, especially with FanDuel. New customers, bet 5, get 200 in bonus bets guaranteed. Also get a 3-week trial of NFL Sunday Ticket, so take advantage of that, guys. We got a lot of NFL this weekend. And yeah, we'll hop in it here. Busy slate today. Starting with the New York Yankees versus the Chicago Cubs. Yankees opening up as road favorites at -125. The Cubs +115 with the over-under at 7. Yankees coming into this matchup 80-60. The Cubs 72-68. Pitching for the Yankees is Lewis Gill with an ERA at 3.39. Pitching for the Cubs is Jordan Wicks with an ERA at 3.82. Gill, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Wicks, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 0 strikeouts. The Yankees on a 2-game losing streak, coming off back-to-back Ranger losses. The Cubs, they're coming off a 12-0 sweep against Pittsburgh yesterday. That was a crazy game there. Yankees 6-1 on the road against the Cubs, 12-3 against the Cubs. They've been good against the Cubs here. You got Gill, though, coming off 2 bad games, giving up 3 and 4 runs. Wicks been very solid here lately, only giving up 3 total runs in his 3 starts. I don't know. You got Yankees struggling here. I know they've been good against the Cubs. Cubs actually playing pretty well. Big game that came off yesterday. We haven't seen the Yankees really build any kind of wins up in a while. I'm going to take the plus money with the Cubs +1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Colorado Rockies versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers opening up as home favorites at -225. The Rockies +180 with the over-under at 7.5. Rockies coming into this matchup 52-89. The Brewers 81-59. Pitching for the Rockies is Ryan Feltner with an ERA of 5.25. Pitching for the Brewers is Frankie Montas with an ERA of 4.70. Feltner, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Montas, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 4 strikeouts. The Rockies coming off a Braves win. Brewers coming off back-to-back St. Louis losses. The Rockies are just 3-11 on the road. They don't really play well on the road here. Brewers 8-3 at home, where they are very solid. Montas coming off 2 4-run games here. 2 bad games for him. Feltner, he's coming off the 5-run game. I mean, I still like the Brewers here. They play well at home. Just the hope is Montas can have a good game. I just don't know if I love the Rockies enough to trust them as a big underdog, because they just don't travel well on the road. I think I'm going to lean with the Brewers at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the Washington Nationals versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pirates opening up as home favorites at -110. Washington +100 with the over-under at 8.5. Washington coming into this matchup 62-78. The Pirates 66-74. Pitching for the Nationals is DJ Hers with an ERA of 4.09. Pitching for the Pirates is Luis Ortiz with an ERA of 3.19. Hers, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Ortiz, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Washington on a 2-game losing streak, coming off a Pittsburgh loss yesterday, 9-4. They're just 1-6 against Pittsburgh, 1-6 on the road against Pittsburgh here. Ortiz coming off back-to-back 0-run games, been very good on the mound lately. I think I got to take the Pirates at home today. Next matchup, we got the Tampa Bay Rays versus the Baltimore Orioles. Baltimore opening up as home favorites at -140. The Rays +120 with the over-under at 8.5. Rays coming into this matchup 69-71. Baltimore 81-60. Pitching for the Rays is Shane Baz with an ERA of 3.49. Pitching for Baltimore is Dean Kramer with an ERA of 4.51. Baz, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Kramer, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 3 strikeouts. The Rays coming off a Minnesota loss. Baltimore coming off a bad White Sox loss, 8-1. Tampa Bay 1-6 against Baltimore, 1-4 on the road against Baltimore. They have not been good against Baltimore here. And a pretty even pitching matchup. Both pitchers giving up some runs here. But yeah, Tampa Bay just been horrible on the road and straight up against Baltimore. Give me the Orioles at home. Next matchup, we got the Chicago White Sox versus the Boston Red Sox. Boston opening up as home favorites at -270. The White Sox plus 230 with the over-under at 8.5. White Sox coming into this matchup 32-109. Boston 70-69. Pitching for the White Sox is Davis Martin with an ERA of 3.62. Pitching for Boston is Nick Pivetta with an ERA of 4.61. Martin, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Pivetta, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. The White Sox coming off a Baltimore win, 8-1, ending their big losing streak they were on. You got Boston, 5-game losing streak. Haven't really played well right now. Yeah, Boston 2-6 at home. They just have not looked very good. Pivetta hasn't been very good on the mound. Gives up runs. I don't know. I'm not sold on Boston as a monster favorite. Almost 2.7 -300. Pretty close to. Yeah, they're just not a team that I want to take that big. So I'll take a shot with the White Sox plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Cincinnati Reds versus the New York Mets. Mets opening up as home favorites at -175. Cincinnati plus 160 with the over-under at 7.5. Reds coming into this matchup 68-73. The Mets 76-64. Pitching for the Reds is Fernando Cruz with an ERA of 4.99. Pitching for the Mets is Sean Manaea with an ERA of 3.35. Cruz, his last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Manaea, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Cincinnati on a 4-game winning streak, coming off a 3-game Houston sweep. The Mets, they're hot right now. They're on a 7-game winning streak, coming off a Boston and White Sox sweep. Cincinnati just 2-4 on the road against the Mets here. Yeah, Mets are hot, 5-1 at home on a nice streak. Manaea been solid on the mound. So is Cruz. He only pitched twice this season. Only pitched a couple innings so far this season. Hasn't been bad, but yeah, Mets are just on a heater right now. I'll take New York at home. Next matchup, we got the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Miami Marlins. Phillies opening up as road favorites at -225. The Marlins plus 185 with the over-under at 7.5. Phillies coming into this matchup 84-56. The Marlins 52-88. Pitching for the Phillies is Zach Wheeler with an ERA of 2.63. Pitching for the Marlins is Edward Cabrera with an ERA of 5.33. Wheeler, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Cabrera, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 3 strikeouts. The Phillies on a 5-game winning streak, beating Miami yesterday 5-2. They're 8-4 against Miami, 4-1 on the road against Miami, where they've been really good. Wheeler, coming off a 0-1 game, been very solid. Cabrera hasn't been that great on the mound. I mean, he's given up about 3-ish plus runs pretty consistently. Yeah, I think I got to take the Phillies on the road today. Next matchup, we got the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Atlanta Braves. Braves opening up as home favorites at -175. Toronto plus 140 with the over-under at 7.5. Toronto coming into this matchup 66-74. The Braves 76-64. Pitching for Toronto is Kevin Gausman with an ERA of 4.07. Pitching for the Braves is Max Fried with an ERA of 3.52. Gausman, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Fried, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Toronto on a 3-game losing streak, coming off back-to-back Philly losses. Atlanta coming off a Rockies loss yesterday. Toronto, crazy. They're 9-0 against Atlanta. They've actually been really good head-to-head here. Pretty even pitching matchup. Both pitchers giving up almost identical numbers here. Yeah, I like the fact Toronto's dominant against the Braves here. They make a very interesting underdog play today. I'll take a shot with Toronto plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Los Angeles Angels versus the Texas Rangers. Rangers opening up as home favorites at minus 160. Angels plus 130 with the over-under at 9. Angels coming into this matchup 58-82. The Rangers 68-73. Pitching for the Angels is Sam Aldergary with an ERA of 3.60. Pitching for the Rangers is Gerson Garabito with an ERA of 2.55. Aldergary, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Garabito, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 1 run, had 2 strikeouts. Both pitchers have only pitched once this season here, so 2, relatively inexperienced pitchers on the mound today. Angels losing to the Rangers yesterday, 3-1. Rangers on a little 3-game winning streak, 8-2 in their last 10. Starting to pick it up, playing well right now. Angels 1-8 on the road, where they've been pretty bad. I'm gonna take the Rangers here. They've been playing well. Give me Texas at home today. Next matchup, we got the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the Houston Astros. Houston opening up as home favorites at minus 170. Arizona plus 150 with the over-under at 8. Arizona coming into this matchup 79-62. The Astros 75-65. Pitching for Arizona is Brandon Fad with an ERA of 4.32. Pitching for the Astros is Framber Valdez with an ERA of 3.29. Fad, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 10 strikeouts. Valdez, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Arizona coming off a Giants loss. Houston, they're coming off a 3-game getting swept by the Reds. Just a bad series they're coming off of. Arizona just 1-4 against Houston. They haven't played well against Houston here. Valdez, 2 of his last 3 starts hasn't allowed a run. Brandon Fad, he's given up 13 runs in his last 3 starts here. So I love Valdez on the mound. I think it's a big bounce back for Houston. Bad series against the Reds. I'll take the Astros at home. Next matchup, we've got the Minnesota Twins versus the Kansas City Royals. Royals opening up as home favorites at minus 135. The Twins plus 115 with the over-under at 7.5. Twins coming into this matchup 76-64. The Royals 76-65. Pitching for the Twins is Zebby Matthews with an ERA of 7.41. Pitching for the Royals is Cole Ragans with an ERA of 3.51. Matthews, his last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 9 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Ragans, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 10 strikeouts. Minnesota coming off a Tampa Bay win. The Royals, they're coming off a Cleveland win. Royals, they were on a bad losing streak. Finally able to get into the win column. Royals are 4-2 at home against Minnesota, where they have been good. Zebby Matthews, he's coming off the 9-run game here. Ragans, he's had some rough starts on the mound as well, but yeah, Matthews, that was just a crazy game. His games prior hasn't been horrible, but I think it's a series for the Royals to win at home here. They've played well. They play well at home against them. Just not in love with Zebby Matthews coming off a horrible game. We'll see how he responds, but I think I'm going to take a shot with the Royals at home today. Next matchup, we got the Seattle Mariners versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Seattle, it's looking like more of a pick'em scenario. Both teams minus 110 with the over-under at 7.5. Seattle coming into this matchup 71-70. The Cardinals 71-69. Pitching for Seattle is Bryce Miller with an ERA of 3.30. Pitching for the Cardinals is Eric Fedde with an ERA of 3.43. Miller, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Fedde, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Seattle on a 2-game winning streak, coming off back-to-back Oakland wins. St. Louis coming off back-to-back Brewers wins. Seattle just 4-13 on the road. They have not played well on the road here. I don't know. Both pitchers, it's pretty even. Both pitchers giving up a couple of runs here. In a pick'em scenario, I don't know. This one's kind of tough here. Pick'em scenario, Seattle struggling on the road. I think I'll take the Cardinals at home today. Next matchup, we got the Detroit Tigers versus the Oakland Athletics. Detroit opening up as road favorites at -160. Oakland +130 with the over-under at 7. Detroit coming into this matchup 71-70. Oakland 61-80. Pitching for Detroit is Tariq Skubal with an ERA at 2.51. Pitching for Oakland is Mitch Spence with an ERA of 4.50. Skubal, his last start, he pitched 8 innings, gave up 1 run, had 8 strikeouts. Spence, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Detroit coming off a Padres win. Oakland, they're coming off back-to-back Seattle losses here. Detroit, you look at the numbers, they're 6-12 against Oakland, 5-14 on the road against Oakland here. They've been really bad against Oakland. Skubal's been solid on the mound. Spence coming off 2 pretty solid starts. He's been okay. But yeah, I'm liking the plus money with Oakland. Detroit's been very bad against Oakland. Yeah, give me the A's +1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the San Francisco Giants versus the San Diego Padres. Padres opening up as home favorites at -200. The Giants +160 with the over-under at 8. Giants coming into this matchup 69-72. The Padres 80-62. Pitching for the Giants is Mason Black with an ERA of 7.45. Pitching for the Padres is Michael King with an ERA of 3.05. Black, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. King, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 3 strikeouts. The Giants coming off an Arizona win. Padres, they're coming off a Detroit loss here. The Giants, yeah, Padres 11-4 at home where they play well. King coming off some very good starts on the mound. Black hasn't been the best on the mound, gives up runs. I think it's a good spot for the Padres at home here. The Giants 3-7 in their last 10. I mean, they really have not played well whatsoever here. I like King on the mound. I'll take the Padres at home. Then the last matchup, we got the Cleveland Guardians versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers opening up as home favorites at -145. Cleveland +130 with the over-under at 9. Cleveland coming into this matchup 80-60. The Dodgers 84-56. Pitching for the Guardians is Matthew Boyd with an ERA of 2.38. Pitching for the Dodgers is Landon Knack with an ERA of 3.00. Boyd, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 8 strikeouts. Knack, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. Cleveland coming off a Royals loss. Dodgers, they're coming off a bad Angels loss, 10-1 here. I like the Dodgers, though. 10-2 at home. They play very well at home here. Pretty even pitching matchup here. Both pitchers not really giving up too many runs, but I don't know if I trust the Guardians on the road here. I think it's a good spot for the Dodgers. Give me LA at home in this one. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Friday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Saturday. Have a good one.